Oh, God, that was so lame. Let me try it again. Hello, Miramar employees. There you go. This is our brand new launch of our CARE program. I'm Tennille DeCoste. I'll be your MC. Go me. You know you love it. Remember the holiday party? So I'm going to introduce some important speakers today. Everybody knows Kelvin Baker, our city manager, Mr. Hargrave. Mr. Whittingham, Miss Sean Gale, and in spirit, Mr. Michael Moore. Before we begin, when you register today, you receive 2 important cards. Let me tell you how important these cards are. If you want to eat today, you will complete these forms. That's how important they are. Not only that, Mr. Hargrave wants to make sure everybody's at the table and everybody shares their ideas. Because in the past, not everybody, whether you're lower level, mid-level, or higher level, was at the table. And because our new city manager wants to ensure everybody's at the table and not on the menu, his words, we need to make sure you complete this form. So let me hear you. You're going to fill this form out, correct? And you're going to hand it in after this program because I'm sure you have a lot of questions, correct? Okay, so everybody stand up, except the panel. Everybody stand up. All right, let me introduce the man of the hour, our one and only city manager, Mr. Hargrave.
Good morning, everyone. You know, this is a humbling experience that I'm going through today. It's because I love this city, I love the employees, and I never want to forget how I got here. It's because of you. It's because of you I am the city manager. It's because of you, you gave me the strength, despite all the things that I was going through in my family and my health in here, to give me the strength to want to come back and fight the fight. I didn't come here to just sit here. I came here because we got work to do. You see, it's all about your legacy. It's all about the generations of folks that will come behind you. This program is about us being at the table and not being the menu. It's all about God who made this plan. And I tell you this here, and the Bible says before you was born, he had a plan. He knows the time and an hour and a second. This is your hour, this is your time, and this is your second. We can because God can. The contributions you make is not about you. It's about those that are less fortunate than you. We must reach down and think about helping our brothers and sisters that do not have the opportunity. I have a dream in here, and my dream is simple as what my pastor told me. He said, Brother Hargrave, keep your faith focused on his vision. His vision is reaching out for children and elders and those who are disadvantaged. We have an opportunity, team, to step up and make a difference for our residents, for our community, for our business, for ourselves, for our families. You see, you ever think about this here, that you spend more time with the folks that you're in here than you do with your own family? Think about it. So now we got the bridge together. We're not asking the commissioners for no millage. We're not asking the commissioners for no fire fee. We're saying that we eat what we kill. And we are going to kill. Oh, yes. What a time, what a time, what a time when all God's children get together. That's what we're all about. No, ain't nobody going to be to no side. Everybody here is important. Whether I'm a maintenance worker or whether I'm an aide, you belong to this table, to this team. That office in City Hall on the 3rd floor, I don't care nothing about it. It means nothing to me. That is your office, that is your meeting space, and we will go off starting that way, using that room. Because see, there's no more elite. Because see, I can remember painting the house. I can me remembering cutting grass as I talk to the street. I can remember putting down asphalt. I can remember putting down concrete. I'm no better than anybody. It's only through the grace of God that I'm here, not because I'm anybody that's special. Sometimes I have to step back and I tell people a joke. When I was in high school, the teacher said 2 people are going to fail. So I looked back and told my partner, I guess that's how I asked. You see, you can do anything you want when that pressure hits you. All right? You become strong when you have no choice but to be strong. You fight when you have to fight. And we're going to give the great fight. I can hear my grandfather tell me this word here. And this sentence real clear in my mind, and I share it with you here. It says, Father, oh Father, I lift my hands to thee, for there is nobody else but you, that I hear and listen to what you have to say and be guided by your Holy Spirit. So what I challenge you to do is hear and listen. Not just hear, listen. Because he's been speaking to you. He's telling you there is no coincidence that each one of y'all are here in Miramar working. That is not a coincidence. Take the time and think about it. Take the time and see how you got here. He has a mission for you. He has a mission for all of us. And we're here today to take on the challenge of care. Because we care. We care. Miramar is different than any city. I remember picking up the Bible before I came, and it says, you're going to a strong and rich city. Of course, when I got here, we were poor and broke. But see, it's about his time. We talk about a vision. 5 months ago, if you asked me what my vision was, I could not tell you. Because see, God don't give man visions. He gives you increments of it. Because if he gave you the full vision, you would muck it up. And I know I would. So what I tell you is that by you hearing and listening, you have opinion. God brings the message to everybody. If you go back and look in the Bible, he gave a message to Joseph. All right? And look what took place in here. Everybody's opinion is important. So don't think that your ideas are not important. They are to me and they are to the team. It is for the organization because you can make a difference. Let's just do it. Now, we're not going to do no commercial, but we're going to do it because we know we can. Y'all have a blessed day.
Thank you, City Manager. Mr. Gordon, I don't know how you're going to beat that, but you're up. Everybody, ACM Gordon.
Good morning, Miramar employee. Oh man, that's weak. Good morning, Miramar employee. That's much better. I know Mr. Hargrave just came up and gave you a nice, reverent speech. I'm not going to get that deep. But seriously, this program here is really about you guys. It's about inclusion. As Mr. Hargrave mentioned, all your participation in this is very important. Again, as he said, and I will repeat what he says, you eat what you kill. This is true. So basically what I'm here to tell you today is to participate. The livelihood of this program's survival depends on you, You are the backbone, you are the spine to this program. Inclusion, that's what we're about. We're about getting all of your ideas and put it together and make this city better. There's nobody better who know what's going on in the operation more than you. So we're looking forward to hear from you. We're looking forward to work with you. I want everyone in here get on one of these committees and be a part of it. Participate. That's going to be the big thing here, guy. Participate, inclusion. All of you are here. Ideas is valuable to all of us. I'm not going to be saying much more, but with that, I'm going to be bringing up Mr. Baker, the birthright for care. My apology, my apology. Let me introduce our Chief of Staff, Ms. Sean Gale.
Good morning, everyone. So the common theme of our prior speakers is participation and inclusion. And in recent past, we've sent out a couple of emails for you to join the conversation. Now, the only way you can join the conversation is to make your voice heard. And the purpose of joining the conversation is to make your voice heard. Now, this is a perfect way of continuing to join the conversation by giving your input as to how we can make the processes of the city more efficient, more cost-effective, and in the long run, a better system because we are operating in a manner that is sustainable for years to come. Now, none of us on this stage is capable of doing it by ourselves. It takes everyone's input, it takes everyone's cooperation, and that comes from the employees that do this on a day-to-day basis. Hence, your input is maybe more important than anybody else's input when you talk about operational efficiencies. And so I encourage you, I implore you, continue to join the conversation. Continue to make your voice heard. Continue to give your input in the processes and systems that you have to work with on a daily basis. Your input is welcome. Your input is what we need to take this city to the next level. We have our current city manager who has given us the charge. Nothing that we do or have done for the past couple of months has been status quo. We have been challenged, we have been stretched, and we have been forced to think outside the box and do things in a manner that we have never done them before. The only way we're going to be successful at that is if we have everyone with us. And together, we absolutely can make this happen. So again, continue to join the conversation. Continue to engage with the emails that we send out for our commission meetings and for our care program. Continue to give your input. Let's make this a different future. Let's not make this status quo, but together we can make this different and better and something that we can all be proud of. It's so good to see you all today here, and thank you for coming. Have a great one.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Great. It's so exciting to be here today to be with some of the sharpest, some of the most brilliant individuals in Miramar. You know, some 20 years ago, a group of people met and carved out a vision for our city. And today now, some 20 years later, we're benefiting from it. If you watch a football game, if there's any football fanatics, and if you watch a football game, it's very important to pay attention to what's happening. The offensive team, they call it a huddle. And when they go into that huddle, a play is called. And the success of that play is determined on how well those 11 players line up and go out to carry out that play. If it's a touchdown, it's clearly a result that everyone got in line, everyone worked together. Well, today we have an opportunity. The manager has called a huddle. Some 20 years ago, a huddle was called, and we are all beneficial of humongous and great success and how our city has grown and developed. And many of you here today was here when that huddle was called. Perhaps we have some folks in the room today that's been here in this city for over 20 years. If you've been here for over 20 years, would you stand? Give them a hand. Yeah. If you've been here with the city for between 15 and 20 years, would you stand? How about if you've been here for 10 to 15 years, would you stand? Come on, come on, come on, give me a hand, give me a hand. Don't worry, we're not going to leave anybody out. If you've been here for 10 years or less, would you stand? All righty, thank you very much, thank you very much. It's good to be here today sharing with you. We got something very important that we're asking that you will pay very close attention to what we're going to share. We're not going to be long, but it's important that you understand what we would like to share with you today. In businesses, companies develop models, and those models determine what kind of market they will be in. Those models determine their pricing. The models determine everything that they will do. And if it's a successful model, they continue to use it and use it and use it until it no longer works. Well, we have an opportunity today to introduce you to a new model, a model that includes everyone, that brings everyone to the table, because we've already learned and we've already seen the results that when we work together, we can achieve much success. But obviously working in separate silos, it brings about a great limitation on us. So today we want to introduce you to this model we call CARE. And CARE is a comprehensive assessment of revenues and expenditures. CARE is taking what you already got in your hands and maximizing it. You know, most of us deal with our own personal finances, and we know that if the bottom line is not improving, you got to take what you got and you got to maximize it. And so here we are on this day at a point of being able to take our beautiful organization and put it under a microscope and cut it into 10 pieces and make some real critical decisions as to how we're going to move forward in the future. So I just want to share with you what CARE is. What CARE really does is a comprehensive assessment of revenues and expenditure, and it's a 10-point management plan that allows us to better manage what we already have. It comprised of committees, and these are 10 specific committees that have some specific focus areas that they work on, and it was designed to bring about sound financial management and allows us to move toward maximum efficiencies. You know, in many cases, there is always, in many cases, not in every case, in many cases, there is always a better way to do something. You can have one of the most well-oiled machines, and if you do enough research, you will probably find another machine out there more faster than yours. And so how do you do that? You do that by staying to the table. You do that by examining what you're doing to ensure that you're going towards maximum efficiency. is the implementation of the CARE program involves the support of each committee within this 10-point plan, which we're going to share with you real quickly here. What is neat about this program is that it empowers everyone in the organization. How many can use some power this morning? No, I only saw one response here. Maybe everybody else has been already empowered. How many can use some power this morning? Okay, all right, very good, very good. I just want to make sure, I thought I was speaking to a wrong group, but just wanted to make sure that we all can find and we all can achieve and be empowered, and it allows us to be empowered where we can better assist our residents and our businesses. It provides encouragement, encourages on an active role of providing solutions to everyday challenges facing our organization. It includes strategic planning, goal setting, and implementation. And I know some of those terms may sound very, very technical or whatever, but really, it's really not. It really just boils down to just common sense approaches. And then ultimately, it ensures our city's success. And so we achieve that, and that is accomplished by us coming to the table, by us working very closely together. When you look at this very busy chart here, what comes to mind? A recording artist just a couple of years ago wrote a song about work. And when you hear that song, you can almost visualize people doing a lot of things. But this whole care concept, in essence, it pushes us all to work and it allows us to work together. You see committees, you see discussions going on, you see partnerships happening, you see dialogues between various levels of the organization. Again, you see many things happening all at once to ultimately accomplish much success for the organization. Now we get to this area here. Again, CARE has 10 major programs: revenues, expenditures, public-private partnership, reserves, and the list goes on, workplace efficiency. And these are all committees, and these are committees that we are here today to encourage each one of you to come to the table, to volunteer to come to the table. You've been given a card that would allow you to sort of highlight where your skill sets are so we can specifically place you on various committees. We also have with us a group of folks that have already been commissioned and set aside to serve as a chair of the vice chair to the committee, to the various committees. If you're here, would you stand? What's going on? All over this room. And the neat thing about these individuals is that they come from various levels within the organization, and several of them have some specific skill sets that's going to be very beneficial as we move ahead. But the message today is to extend to you an invitation to come to the table. An invitation to come to the table. The manager has dedicated his main boardroom for these meetings. Anyone here that have never been on the third floor before? Anyone never been to the third floor before? We got hands just popping up all over the place. Well, this is an opportunity to bring you to the third floor and allow you to give input, allow you to give suggestions. Now, one of the most important parts of this program is generated by suggestions, meaning that suggestion card that you receive, hopefully you'll be filling out multiple cards like that in the coming weeks and in the coming months. These are ideas that you have. You know, when you look at our organization, you may see problems. When you look at our organization, you may see areas that you know you got enough of insight that you can bring forth an idea or solution or a revenue enhancement or something that allows us to go to the next level. Well, this is an opportunity here to bring those ideas to the manager. To the manager. The days are over where you got this idea that can help the organization, but no one wants to listen to you. You're here today because the manager's ears is wide open. And you heard his own comments. He wants to hear from you. There are things in the organization that's broken that perhaps you may be the only person that we have in the organization that can fix it. But now we created this mechanism, we created this platform for you to bring that to the table, and allow us to assist you in analyzing it and evaluating it and making sure it's a sound decision so that we can use it to move forward. But can you imagine with me? Picture where this organization will be 6 months from now. After hundreds of, or perhaps even thousands of ideas of yours have been brought to the table and been examined, and many of them we have looked at and decided to implement. Can you imagine where our organization would be? Can you imagine where our organization would be today, where we develop a whole new list of enterprises and new revenue opportunities and new ways of reducing our costs and making our organization more efficient? Can you imagine what things will look like? The beauty is that's just 6 months. But if we fast forward 10 and 20 years from now, that perhaps there'll be a meeting like this 10, 20 years from now where someone will want to know, well, they did this, they did this, they did that, they did all of these things. But it was a concerted effort, a collaborative effort that was made available when all of the employees recognized that the model has changed. Government is not like it used to be. The model has changed, and we need to do things much differently. When we all come to the table with that understanding and that realization, then we can make a difference. We can make a difference. There's a saying, I worked for this financial institution some years ago, and they had this saying, your future is in your hands. And I think that's a good way to kind of segue into closing out my speech to you today. Your future, our future, rests in our hands, and we can make a difference. You know, I've learned some years ago that your title does not demonstrate your net worth. Did y'all hear that? Do I need to repeat it one more time? Okay. You know, repeat is a good thing for me. I tell my wife, I say they put repeat on these electronic devices and stuff because I want to need to hear it more than once. You know, my repeat button always get worn out because I need to hear it more. Again, your net worth is not your title. And so we recognize that. We recognize that we have clerks. We recognize that we have men and women perhaps working in some of the ditches and areas like that, doing a very good job. But they have much, much more than that to bring to the table. And so this is why we're extending this invitation to allow our employees to come to the table, to look at suggestions, to look at ideas, to bring forth suggestions on a regular basis so that we can maximize our overall effectiveness and efficiency. So it's an invitation, and we trust that by the conclusion of our time here today, that every single employee will volunteer to participate, not just on one committee, but a couple of committees. I've talked to some of you. I know the caliber of talent we have in here. We perhaps have some of the best talent in here in the entire world. But we've not done much to harness it. And so this process here allows us to harness it. Again, the suggestion program, the way it works is that you fill out a suggestion card. The suggestion card goes to the committee chair. The committee chair meets with the committee, and your suggestion is vetted and worked on by the committee. After the committee has concluded, for example, if that is a good one, financially feasible, will bring revenues in, will allow us to reduce expenditures, will allow us to do some things that perhaps we've not done before. Once we conclude that is the case, then we have a presentation before our city manager. Our city manager looks at it, makes sure all the I's are dotted, T's are crossed, make sure he's very comfortable with it. Then it goes into the implementation process. It's just that simple. That's all it is. But it's a suggestion program that if you can make it a goal to complete a suggestion, maybe one a week or one every day, whatever you're able to do, you would allow this program, you allow this program to work, and you would allow us to be able to tap into some of the ideas and some of the skill sets and some of the abilities that you have, that our organization is waiting to receive from you. So that's in essence, that's how the process works. And then there are subcommittees and there are other activities that take place. So that actually concludes what I wanted to share with you today. This is more of an abbreviated version, but wanted you to get a vision of this thing and how it will work and how it would allow us to go to the next level of effectiveness and efficiencies and revenue enhancements and preparing our organization as we launch into the future to be stronger than ever before. And we all understand, I think we all understand here that we are the most important assets that the city of Miramar has. We're the most important assets. But if we polish it up and we strengthen it, it clearly will make us as a whole stronger than we are right now. So I want to conclude with a phrase that one of the old nighttime TV hosts used to say after he rolled out the program and we knew what was next. He just simply said these words. He said, "Let's get what? Busy." Amen. Let's get busy. So we have a lot of work to do. We understand where we're going. Now we need to pull together. The neat thing is that we got police and fire and every type of department in our city all coming together to make this the best city. We're not talking about just the best city in the state of Florida, Mr. Manager. But it's okay to say the best city in the world. You all feel me there? Can we say we are going to seek to become the best city where? In the world. Thank you very much.